I thought today's swim was absolutely spectacular, but all the other swims were spectacular too. And this one dolphin came so close, I thought he was going to kiss me. And it was just amazing. I've never had an experience like this before, and I know I'm going to be coming back.
When they come up, and all of a sudden they just turn and they just stare right at you, and it's almost like slow motion, and they're just kind of watching you, and then they move on. But pretty fabulous.
It's been a dream of mine, actually part of my bucket list, to swim with the dolphins. So being here in Bimini and in the Caribbean for the first time is so exciting. And we've already had 2 sessions with the dolphins. Amazing. It's unbelievable. And to be able to watch the dolphins in their natural habitat is like a gift.
We're going to Bimini, Bahamas.
Bohemia's body.
Where are you?
I'm in Bimini. It's so exciting. We're going to go play dolphins.
I actually started out coming in a group myself back in 2001. I'd read about the dolphins here, and I'd always loved dolphins, and when I read about the dolphins here, I really knew I needed to come and swim with them. So I did that for 3 years, and then my journey took me to spending a whole summer here, and that led on into me helping other people to have this experience of being with dolphins in the wild as a group experience.
Area at the back of the boat where you put your mask, fins and snorkel. This is it, the back deck here. Now these steps will move from here to here once we're underway. The jacket people will sort you out with jackets like this once we're underway. So if you all want to come around this side, do that. The ideal way to watch dolphins if they're around the bow area is to lie down like this and look over like that. And people can line up on both sides, and a lot of people can watch dolphins bow riding.
To swim with wild dolphins, we need to be a pod. You'll need to have your snorkel and your fins and your mask on as a group before even entering the water. Each person will sit down on the boat's swim platform and gently get into the water. Listen for their clicks and their sonar. This means they're near you. Most importantly, don't touch them. If you decide to touch them, they may not come back to you again. And also, no chasing them. Let them come to you, and they will. So hold your hands and your arms close to your body, either in front of you, on the side of you, or behind you. And when you do this, they really feel comfortable about coming up to you. You might even get brushed by a dolphin. came up onto some Atlantic bottlenose dolphins, and what Kelly and Captain Al and Julie, they're trying to decide if we should get in the water with them. So what they're looking for is their behavior, them coming up as a group, maybe 2 of them, 3 of them. Also, what they're looking for is that they're staying in the same spot, meaning that, again, it's okay for us to get into the water with them and to actually blend with their pod.
Well, we're getting ready?
Yep.
Oh, look at they all just came in a row.
Ready?
Look down. Stop. There's some there, Al. Some there. These are bottlenose, right? I don't know. Julie, these are bottlenose? Okay, straight back.
And then they would come up and go past us and circle with us. And so we're like being in their pods. We're part of their pod.
So right now we're headed out again. We're gonna go see if we can find some dolphins. We're looking for Atlantic spotted dolphins here in the Bahamas.
Atlantic spotted dolphins are a small dolphin. You can probably guess where they live and guess what they look like. They're only found in the Atlantic Ocean, and they're actually born without spots. So the youngsters all look alike, that nice two-tone coloration. They start to get their first spots around 3 or 4, which generally times roughly with when they become independent from mom. That mother-calf bond is extremely important to the spotted dolphins. And then after that, they have a fission-fusion society. So members of the group are always coming together and coming apart. We never know on any given day which dolphins we might see. But we do often see them right from the boat. They'll come to the boat. They like to ride the bow of the boat, so the captain's always sure to drive the boat at a dolphin-friendly speed and in a predictable path. We don't go too fast or make abrupt direction changes so that we can make sure the dolphins are safe at all times. I think everybody in the group got to get a really good look at them, and periodically I would dive down to get a closer look at them when they were sort of mid-water column, and it was fun. I'm doing my job, and we use a focal follow sampling method, so I'm trying to follow one dolphin for as long as I can until that dolphin goes out of view, and then I just randomly film the next dolphin. But when they circle you, when they're swimming all around, and sometimes it seems like they're trying to figure out if I can keep up or make me dizzy. So it was really fun today, and I think people enjoyed watching it too.
So now we're gonna get ready to board the boat. We've got Julie, the guide, on board. We're gonna get our gear in there and get our snorkel stuff out in the back of the boat and get it ready.
Here we go.
We came upon one pod not too far out, probably maybe we were out for 20 minutes or so, and it had one Atlantic spotted dolphin in it, and then the rest were bottlenose. So there were 5 bottlenose and 1 Atlantic spotted dolphin. And then we came upon a next pod that had like 12 bottlenose dolphins. And so we stayed with this one for quite a while. We watched them feed, and they would go into the ocean and they would do their sonar to look for some food, their fish, of course. And it was amazing to be above and to watch them do their thing. And it was fun to watch everybody else just enjoy the moment of being there with them. We're gonna see some dolphins. We don't know what kind yet, but it could be Atlantic spotted dolphins or bottlenose dolphins, or even maybe a sea turtle, who knows? We never know what's gonna happen. So on day 4, I got to experience 4 Atlantic spotted dolphins. And the whole group of us, they actually came in between us, around us. Some of them got brushed. I had a few that came like right at me, and just being very playful. And when they came at me, I'm like, ooh, where can I move out of their way? But it was just an amazing experience to be in the water with them and hanging out with them. And I loved observing the people. Because I'm coming at it from a different angle. I've got the camera and I'm looking at people and what they're doing and the dolphins, and just to be in the water and be a part of it. We're gonna go swim with the wild dolphins. So I can't wait, and we'll see what happens. Looking for dolphins, and it was really hard to see them because we had some really big swells on the water. And so we actually saw some of them around towards the end of the trip, and then we just made the decision that we were not going to get in the water because the swells were so big and it wasn't safe for us to do that today. But I have to tell you, it's been an amazing 4 days swimming with the wild dolphins. We had such a great time. I did, the group, and I love Bimini.
The weather was a little rough for me to go into the ocean when the dolphins came, but I really enjoyed watching them from the surface, and they were giving me quite a show there. And some of them were leaping out of the water, some of them were slapping their tails on the water, others were belly to belly as they swam by. And so I was getting a pretty good show, and I was enjoying myself on the boat.
It was absolutely wonderful again, having them come so close to us and zipping around. They were really, really mobile today, which was fun.
And they were so playful. All they wanted to do was play. All I heard was play, 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 play. Dive, jump, play, play, play. Touch me, twist, spin with me. and the singing and the toning. And I was laughing in my mask. It was just a joyful, joyful moment. And it was just lots and lots of fun.
I am really drawn to the water here, and it just seems like every time we have a free moment, I have to run out and get in that ocean. There's something spectacular about the vibration of the water, whether it's on the beach or off the boat or over the Bimini Road. And today For whatever reason, it just was really calling me. So I love being in the water here in Bimini.
Really cool was the dolphins when they were playing with the seaweed. I mean, at first, you know, and I was next to you because I was going to reach out and grab it off the tail, right? Because he's just right in front of me, and he's like, oh, I'm hurting, yeah, and he's like, oh, and then all of a sudden the other dolphin comes over and picks it off, and then they go off, and they did that about 5-6 different times where they were just throwing the seaweed around. I thought that was pretty cool, but it was a great day. I mean, they came up close, way closer than the other ones. I got brushed in the leg by one, which I thought was interesting because I was just kind of laying there, and they both came. There was one on each side, and they came up, and of course then the look. I mean, you know what? It's picturesque, and I'm sure you all seen it when they come up, and all of a sudden they just turn and they just stare right at you, and it's almost like slow motion, and they're just kind of watching you, and then they move on. But pretty fabulous. Another great day.
I had a great time observing all of you with the camera, trying to get different shots. And while I was doing that, a couple of these dolphins came right at me. They were coming right at me. I'm like, oh no, what do I do? What do I do? Do I move? What do I do? So it was pretty awesome. And then I got the, flybys where they'd come by and look at you, and it was, or drive-bys, I should say.
They came right at you and then shoom.
Yeah, I just this is
I
great.
was right beside you.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. And I just loved being in the moment, watching everybody as well, and then where are the dolphins going to be, and then watching Kayla when she would dive down. It was so amazing. She's such a beautiful person, and they would just gravitate towards her, and they would do a dance with her. It was very fun to watch. So that amazing day again with all of you and the dolphins.
I was so excited of the dolphins zipping by and Kayla's dance with the 3 or 4 dolphins. It was just wonderful and just very, very fun. Loved it. And the Bimini Road, it was a nice calm little snorkel, and then the waves kind of got a little more chop, and was exciting. So wonderful day.
I had a lot of dolphin eye contact today, which I hadn't had yesterday, which was nice. And at one point, the dolphins were down at the bottom of the ocean, and all of a sudden they came rocketing back up. And I was trying to catch them underwater and above the water at the same time, but I didn't quite make it. But it was very exciting. And I saw a couple of people got nudged by dolphins. And anyway, it was a lovely day.
For me, this was the best personal interaction, and I got brushed on the side. You just went by. And I just heard, if you could hear thank you in every language, that's what it felt like. It was just saying thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for bringing the people here, for coming, for holding this in your heart, for everything. I was just there in such gratitude. And so I was thanking them, and then they were thanking me, and I was thanking them. And it was an appreciation moment, and so special to see Kayla draw. I mean, it was very, very sweet. Many, many moments with 4 of them. It was very deep and personal, and I am in their debt. Gratitude. So thanks.
In the water, there was this huge end-to-end rainbow that just validated and solidified all the love and blessings of the dolphin energies. And then when we got out, Cheryl and I were looking at the cloud formations, and there were the four dolphins right there in the sky.
Oh, yeah.
And they were just amazing, and they were just, we're with you, we're with you, we're with you, we're staying with you. It was such an amazing day.